trying not to trip over the cords. I should say Assalamu alaikum. It is really an honor to be here before all of you today. Principal Saeed, all of the leadership of this great school. This is graduation season. So I talk to a lot of, I speak at a lot of graduations. And as I'm speaking at these graduations, at these public schools, I'm kind of thinking to myself, isn't it a shame that not getting the benefit of a religious education? This is what goes through my mind. Because my parents made sure that I got a religious education. My mother dedicated her life to religious education. Taught at a Catholic school for 30 years. My father, when he was young, wanted to become a priest, Catholic priest. I'm glad he changed his mind. That worked out well for me. He went through a thing called World War II. And after World War II, he decided he had made his contribution, you know, and done God's work in World War II, and decided to raise a family, and that was a good idea. And so, yeah, the five of us, me and my mom, and I was taught through them. This is to the graduates to know how lucky you are to have parents that value the need for a religious education, because our lives are all about God. If they're not about God, I don't know what your life is supposed to be about. What am I missing? Is there something else other than God that we should be focusing on? That we should try to do His will and do His work? Is that not why we're here? If we're not here for that, like, why are we here? And my parents understood that. They passed it along to me. I made sure my children got a religious education, and this is critically important because all human disorientation comes from disassociation from God. This is what human disorientation is. All of the ills of society, everything all stems from one cause: disassociation from God. Period. Full stop. And you know, to the extent that this school and other religious schools serve as beacons for propagating the faith and taking, you know, your faith and making it real in your life and making it real for others, and have people see in you, you know, the image of God, you know, to the extent that your capacity will allow you to do that. Al-Mamoor, this is the highest place, right? This is what this means, I think, right? So this is the highest place, and what your parents envision for you is for you to be in the highest place in this life, in the next life, and to be, as this school is a beacon, you are beacons as you go out into the world and shed light to people. And let me tell you something about your parents' love, because it's your parents' love that brought you to the school. It's your parents' love. This is not inexpensive to build the school, to pay tuition, and it's great that they do that. But something I'd like to talk about at graduations is the miracle and the blessing of a parent's unconditional love. Your parents love you unconditionally. People are going to talk a lot on graduation day today about how you can accomplish anything you want. And if you set your mind to it, if you wanted to do the work, hard work beats talent anytime. You know, you can achieve, you can accomplish, but the greatest gift that you have is your parents' unconditional love for you. Every other relationship you have in life, you have to live up to it. You know, you have to do justice to that relationship, or you lose it. You have to honor it, or you lose it. But when it comes to your parents, they love you unconditionally. Meaning that if you try to get your parents not to love you, and it's not something you should try to do, it should not be your aspiration, but if you try to get them not to love you, you can't accomplish that. It's the closest thing to God's love that you're ever going to get in this life, and it's something that you can celebrate in a very, very special way every day, but certainly today. So let's give your parents a round of applause. And as you've been raised, you know, by this unconditional love that they have for you and their belief that they have in you, that gives you the ability to believe in yourself. And self-belief is a very, very important concept. I have a lot of young, staff and other people that I encounter. I come across a lot of young people, and I can see those young people who really have that belief in themselves. And if you have that belief in yourself, that's going to do two things. That's going to ward off the people who are inevitably going to come into your life, or you will encounter, who will try to pour negativity on you. They're going to say that you can't accomplish everything that you want to accomplish, that you have to measure your dreams, you have to put limits on yourself. And so your self-belief will protect you from that kind of negativity. And also that self-belief, people will see it in you, and then they will see in you someone worth investing in, someone worth mentoring, someone worth opening doors for, someone worth creating an opportunity for. There will be no should. Everybody's busy, but everybody wants to do right by young people. And if they see someone who truly believes in themselves and has that spiritual essence, that spiritual core, they will see in you someone who truly wants to use the full range of your powers along lines of excellence. And that's really what we're going for here, and that's what your parents have prepared for you. Through their unconditional love for you, and through their belief in you, they have put you in a position where you can go out and you can do that. And it's always very special to celebrate graduates, but also to celebrate religious education, to keep yourself focused on God, because you go through these doors. I don't have to tell people here. All kinds of unholy influences abound. You walk outside this door, you look at it in any direction, you are going to see some kind of negative influence, an advertisement on a bus, everywhere. It is ubiquitous. Life is full of impure, unholy influences, and this has become the culture, period. And so, you go out these doors today as standard bearers for a culture of faith, for Islam, for living your life as Allah would want you to do that. And that is a very, very special gift to be able to do that, and a real blessing for your parents, for you to honor them in doing that. And yes, it's a Saturday, I'm running around, my wife wants to do stuff, but I needed to be here with my family to say how proud I am of the fact that this institution exists, that you took your hard-earned money and talent and to create this beacon of a religious school, and the energy that goes out from this from this building, from this institution. That churches, mosques are holy places, but where young people are it's because they're practicing their faith. But people in, you know, some kind of seminary situation or some sort of, you know, religious school situation, this is where, like, young people are learning, are growing. It's a special kind of energy that comes from the, you know, cultivation of young young souls to go out into the world, you know, to serve God in God's own way. And you have been given that opportunity. You've been given that blessing. You have your parents' unconditional love. You have self-belief. You are going to be protected from those who want to pour, you know, negativity on you and tell you that you can't accomplish your dreams. You're going to be protected from the unholy influences that are everywhere, and you're going to make this world a much, much better place. And I just wanted to come here today to, you know, share in your holy, happy day and to tell you how very proud I am of each and every one here, the students, the parents, the faculty, everyone who is here and has, you know, dedicated themselves to God and making sure that the next generation is, because as society goes further and further and the bar is getting set lower and lower and lower every year, you know, it's more of a burden on our young people to lift up, lift up, lift up. And so I wish you Godspeed. I wish you all the best. I wish you my, you know, greatest congratulations, or my most sincere congratulations, and I'm very, very proud of each and every one of you. Now I have to go buy a microwave oven to my wife because I was broke. It's worth it. Thank you all very much. God bless.